So people were asking me in the comments, what is the best way to post consistently on Etsy? And when I say consistently, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I don't, it doesn't have to be daily. It just has to be with a certain consistency to the date. For example, if you're posting once a week, well, try to do it once a week. Like, so Etsy's algorithm can understand you're still in it for the long game and you're not in it for like the short term, because most people just try to blast out 100 products and then they're done. But if there's another shop that had 100 products but put one new listing each month, it still would be an advantage SEO wise, in my opinion. I mean, that's what's worked for me. I'm no expert, I'm just saying what's worked for me. So if you're like in manufacturing or you're making custom products, which most people on Etsy do, my recommendation is the following. I have this policy, for example, like if people want these, that's just a plain text. Well, I already have a listing for this. But if, for example, something comes in that's with a different wording, like for example, a sauna room established 2024, then I'll just use this. I'll take a picture of it and I'll post it as a listing for a sauna room sign. And that's out of the sudden a new listing without doing anything extra. I'm just using whatever the clients like want and using it for just making new products, because most cases if somebody wants it, another people also wants it. So here's another example. I have a one that says Camp Hamilton with a fishing boat here, a fishing mitt, and a pine tree. Well, this person wanted a deer on it and some mountains. Well, I'll take this now. I'll take a picture of it and I'll put camping sign with deer and mountains. And that's another listing. Same here. Den sign. I could put like welcome to the den or den sign or wolf sign, and I'll just use it as a new listing. And here I'll use sauna with sauna bucket. And it may not be a super good bestseller, but the thing is that if people are searching for a sauna bucket, then they'll see the sign and they'll say, "Hey, that's exactly what I'm looking for." Because not many people have the there's a chicken here. Not many people have the capacity to understand that you could draw it or you could make it, and maybe they'll think that you can make it, but it's going to cost a lot more. So if they see it already drawn up, they have a better idea, and it'll help you, it'll help them, and it'll help everybody, because then you'll have more products, which is a really good thing, because the more products you have on Etsy, the better it is for everybody. So I like to have a policy where I don't do any custom artworks unless it is requested and unless it's paid for. But sometimes when I know I'm getting a little behind on the listings, I'll just like take that out, because most people message me and say, "Hey, is it possible for you to make a sauna sign with a sauna bucket on it?" And at that point, I can decide, yeah, it's possible, but it'll be $25 more or $15 more, or it's not possible. But I try to like see in the messages what people are looking for, because that's the best customer research you can do. So don't try to be like all nitty picky when you're starting out. Like, no, I'm not gonna do anything unless they pay me for me. They pay it, because the thing is that that's the biggest ideas are there. So then again, I'll just like, if you could see, I'll just put it on the grass here, and I'll just take a picture. It doesn't have to be like super like this. I'll put it here and I'll take pictures, or maybe I'll put it like that depending on where the light is. So the thing is that make every I try to make every picture have the same, at least, style. If it's in the grass, I try to make them all in the grass, or I'll make it like under this tree I have here. A lot of chickens over here. So like here, I'll make it, just put it here, and it'll look rustic. The thing is that you don't want a non-rustic item looking really rustic. If you're doing like modern signs, you want to have the background setting, which will have to be linear with what you're doing. Because if I'm doing a beach sign, I don't want to have a beach sign in the middle of a forest. I would like for it to have at least some background that resembles at least a beach house or water or a swimsuit or something. So that helps me a lot. And another thing that is really useful is see what the competitors are doing, because at least in my niche, the custom wood signs, not many people take like really good high quality pictures. They'll just like slap it on the ground or slap it on a backdrop. And but if you're doing laser signs, those people like go really all out on pictures. They'll put in a little necklace here, like for example the babies, they'll put a little necklace here, they'll put a little design here, they'll take a picture with good lighting, and then you can't really compete with those people unless you're on the same page. So I would recommend you see what your niche is doing, see what your competitors are doing. uh, Obviously use Everbee like always, but that's for you to have it on a general basis what's up. But whenever you're trying to like get the details of a specific sign that will sell, customers are the best way to get new ideas. So if you're not willing to take custom artwork requests, then you won't get that.